Well, first and foremost, I wanted to say congratulations and thank you for telling these stories that are necessary to be told in a mass media scale. A lot of times it's like, you know, hush hush, LGBT, but this is on a public platform on FX. So thank you for being vulnerable and sharing those stories. Drum roll applause, please.
Thank you.
I had a fire in me that was burning and a desire to prove everybody wrong who said I couldn't do things. For Pose, before I moved to New York, I worked for a church. And before I was able to embrace my identity, before I was willing to accept, I confided in my pastor that I was attracted to men and I lost my job. In our exit meeting, he said to me that I was gonna ruin my life. And for me, that was the thing that always propelled me forward, is that I cannot not do this, because there are kids all over the world, all over the country, who are being told that who they are isn't right, and that they can't achieve the things that they know that they were put here to do because somebody else doesn't understand them. And I knew that I needed to, like Hailie said, be the blueprint.
Yeah.
I knew I needed to break through whatever walls may be there, invisible, imaginary, or actual walls. I needed to break through them, and that's what Pose is allowing me to do, is break down barriers for young Black queer men. So I'm forever grateful for Ryan Murphy and FX for the opportunity to do that.
Absolutely.
I saw that each and every one of these women, as well as the men, were of color, whether they be Latino, Latina, Black, or of any person of color. I just knew that they were of color, and I was like, well, one, I have to be a part of it because of this, but also because of the human aspects that they had. In the breakdown, they showed every single thing that certain cisgendered individuals get casted for. We had them too, and I was like, okay, this goes to show that we're being seen as humans. And that's the first thing that anyone should see us as, is human, right? We shouldn't be seen as anything other than. I mean, yes, we are trans. Yes, we are African American and Latino and Latina, but we're much more than that. We are human. And I made sure first before anything.
I met somebody named Jose Extravaganza. I became a part of the House of Extravaganza, and he sent me an audition for Saturday Church, and at this time I was having a lot of trouble. And it was an amazing experience. It was the first experience that I had, like, on camera, and that changed my mother's perspective. And then, like, when I got the support of my mom, that's when when she saw Saturday Church, she went to the bathroom, she was crying, she was really emotional, and I think she had like this existential crisis around how present she wasn't being for her kid, and how present she could have been, and how things would have been different. And like, so that experience happened for her, and I got so much hope, like, from having my mom, you know, starting to see me and like validate me. Like, all of those things really empowered me and made me feel so grounded. And then, you know, I felt like I can accomplish anything.
I think that it's imperative that it's on this show, because there is a stigma that is constantly held around having HIV and AIDS. And the history is important. Not only were there people just dying within weeks, but there were peaks. And I've mentioned this before, but I feel like I have to let this be known because it's truth, it's statistics. In 1987 through 1988 and so on, there were 20,000 individuals who had passed on. And then when 1990, 1991, 1992 hit, it was a peak of 20,000 more individuals who had passed, which made it 40,000 people. And a lot of people don't know that. And also, there is still a stigma held around that, and that's why, there's still a stigma held around that, and that is why a lot of people don't want to tell that story. But it's important.
Absolutely.
It's important. It needs to be heard, because that goes to show how much work is put in, but how much more work needs to be done around finding a cure.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I am a multiracial young woman. Many people don't know that I am Black, but both my parents are Black and I'm mixed. And so growing up, for me, I'm also a preacher's kid, and I grew up in a Baptist church.
Me too.
Did you?
What's up?
Well, you understand me a lot more
We
then.
see each other.
So my world was very challenging as far as colorism goes, because though I do understand there are privileges to being a lighter complected, I also want to address there were times where I was bullied or treated very, very bad by dark.
Or not black enough.
Not black. I'm always not something enough because no one knows what I am.
Yeah, that part.
I never really felt like I fit in anywhere. Though I was treated bad by sometimes darker skinned people, I understood as I got older why. And I understood that there was a privilege that I had. Even though I wasn't carrying myself that way, that was the perception. And I think that subject matter dates way, way far back. Everyone in this room was a child at one point in their lives. Everybody. When you were a child, you saw friends that you wanted to play with. You did not see color. You did not see gender. You did not see any of those barriers. That is a learned behavior. So we naturally are loving beings. We naturally want to embrace each other. We learn this stuff. We're not going to be here forever. Everyone has a time where we're here and then we transition on to wherever we go. While you're here, enjoy each other's company. Enjoy each other and love each other. And if you never understood, and I'm almost done, if you never understood what it meant to be a human, remember yourself as a child.